And just about to head out, about 10 minutes or so, is the world number one. 69 yesterday from Nelly Korda, very much in touch as she goes in search of major number 2 of the season.
In the final round at Chevron, and Yuka, we talked about it yesterday, had the 4-putt double bogey at the 6th hole. And then Amy Yang, a bit of a struggle at the end.
There aren't too many players who've won major championships without a bit of a struggle. just going to throw that one out there. That's kind of what a major means.
It is, but the big numbers maybe a little more unusual, I think. Just seeing a double bogey and Amy Yang struggling there at 17. But yes, always a struggle, never easy.
Next on the tee from the USA, Nelly Korda.
Morgan is 69 for Nelly Korda. Given what happened on Friday at Sahali, and then what happened on Saturday with the dog bite, how important would you say this round is for Nelly?
I think it's really important. She's definitely looked more comfortable with her golf swing. She talked about having that two-way miss that she struggled with at Sahali, especially on that Friday. Spent some time last week with her coach, Jamie Mulligan, trying to straighten it out. Didn't love it. She probably absolutely hates it. Wow, what a shot.
.137. That was a really juicy lie, trying to chase it up.
So a few issues, isn't there, for these players playing the Amundi Evian Championship Day 2 on what is major number 4 of 5 in the 24 season. The first 3, well, they project
Shocking miss with some form of a wedge or short iron in her hand there.
rather more straightforward for Nelly Korda.
And once again, it will go away from her once it gets on the green. Good lie, though.
Comes up a little shy. So they're just heading out, but done and dusted for the day after a super 66 is Mi Hyang Lee, and Incy's been catching up with the Korean.
Bit injured, and you find a way.
You just swing a little bit smoother most of the time. Not usually a bad thing. To swing a bit smoother, that is.
Yes.
It's not usually a bad thing to have some good tempo and rhythm, especially under the pressure of a major championship.
That's not a bad thing either for Nelly Korda. Saves her par. To be very much in the picture. What a picture this is. The second, the par 3, and world number 1, Nelly Korda. Felt like a big par save there at the first, Morgan.
Oh, certainly, but that's a new move that we've seen Nelly make there. She did it on her practice swings on the first hole as well, kind of trying to get the club a little bit more down in front of her before turning her body through the ball. That's going to slope down off the green. Anything just slightly too far left here on 2. It's a very small margin for error.
All right, here's the pitch for Nelly at 2.
Yeah, tight lie coming back up the hill. That really wasn't a difficult shot at all.
We're looking at Sasso Ewan. What happened with her?
She's blasted out of the bunker to about 18, 20 feet. Another difficult par save. That really wasn't a difficult bunker shot either.
That's definitely surprising from Nelly. I mean, those we talk about it time and time again. She
Weight back on the tee, and Nelly for her par.
I was watching Nelly Korda hit a few putts on the putting green prior to the round and missed a lot of putts to the left, and it was bothering her as well.
Great ball.
What do you think, Morgan?
It looked like a good stroke there, but if she was a little bit frustrated with her putting on the putting green, something to watch out for.
1 yard closer here, 129. That's a tricky flag just perched over that ridge on the right.
Well, disappointing start to the second round for Nelly Korda so far. Cut line is level. Is she looking up or is she worried about that?
Well, she needs to be looking up. She needs to be looking at how do I inch closer to that 7 under number. But she knows what's happened to her over the last month. It could potentially be in the back of her mind, but knowing Nelly, I would think she is looking towards how do I make more birdies? How do I know that there are birdie opportunities out there? The golf course is soft, especially the green. So if I can get the ball in the fairway like here, let's take a look at these 2 golf swings here. We talked about how beautiful and smooth both of these golf swings are. Yuka just a little bit on the flat side there at the top. Nelly has always been in absolutely perfect position at the top. It's one of my favorite backswings. I mean, look at, it's hard to argue with either one of those, but Yuka with just pure power down at the ball. Nelly, we saw her taking those practice swings, trying to get that club more in front of her, the right elbow more in front of her into impact. Looks gorgeous right there. Yuka with a good, both with a big high finish. Nelly trying to saw it off a little bit more. Hers was a touch of a pull. Maybe didn't quite hold the club face open through the shot as much as she would have liked.
Ready with a birdie putt then, Nelly Korda.
Now, I mentioned before there's a big discrepancy in speed in these greens, putting uphill and downhill. And there's quite a left to right tilt in this green here at number 3, which means she's putting straight down.
I mean, Nelly has had quite a bit of success here, especially the last couple of years. She's been in contention. She likes this golf course. I talked to Jason early this week. He said prep had been really good, and she was... Nelly had that ball teed up super low there. Not something that we see very often from her. That is way out there, past that bunker.
51 major championship record, not out of the question. At 4, Nelly Korda for birdie.
Yeah, I remember seeing certain Hyoju Kim on her Evian debut. Pull one of those out of the bag.
Nelly will have
Out with Hannah Green early on. She made a couple of birdies early, then things went in the other direction. So perhaps this group yet to find its mojo. Still plenty of birdie holes out here. Nelly hasn't looked too bad so far, just hasn't got the scoring down yet.
A very similar place to the putt that we just saw Alexandra make.
Some chasing to do for Nelly Korda. 8 under now, the lead. Couple of the players there.
Nelly Korda eyeing off her birdie putt. Yuka Saso, you were right, got very lucky with the tee shot. That was definitely going in the water. Ended up really in not a bad position. Chipped it up there to within a few feet. Amy Yang, unfortunately, has chipped it about 12, 15 feet past the hole. Has her hands full for a par. Meanwhile, Nelly Korda's left this in a really good position. Putting back up the hill. A little bit of right to left about it.
Well, that's robbed. That looks so good for so long.
Almost early called that one there. That looked like that should fall back to the right at the very, very end, and it just hung out left. Good looking roll.
Have to settle for a 3. Nelly Korda.
as accomplished as you are, I would imagine you're loving watching these 3 swings in this group today.
Absolutely, you're too kind, Grant. But yeah, you could do worse than watch these 3, that's for sure. Just waiting for a little spark. I don't think it's far away. This tee shot should really suit Nelly. Take it down that right half, draw it against the left to right slope in the fairway.
Leaning like it was just a little bit to the right.
Landed on the edge of the fairway, just kicked into the primary rough.
And Ewan, how would you describe the conditions at the moment out there?
Ideal. I've got my jacket on thinking it was going to rain, and it's actually quite humid.
How about the lie for Nelly?
Yeah, it's pretty juicy, Grant. 144 to the flag, 124 to the front, which is right around her number.
Just going to stay on the green, I believe. Don't want to talk too soon. No.
Yeah.
Such a razor thin edge.
Oh, Nelly, she has missed it short and right. What do you see here, Ewan?
Well, let me know if I leave anything out here, but this is just awful. Terrible lie, going uphill, no green to work with, and then everything going away from her on the green and a big ridge behind it.
Sounds like a pretty easy shot from the short game wizard. Talk about a wizard. Wow. What a way to recover from that bad break. Her shot was just barely off and certainly could have paid the price here, but really nicely slid the club under the ball, landed in the perfect spot.
I'm just thinking about the way she started here in the afternoon wave, and she is at the par 5 7th. Ewan Porter is watching.
And an excellent third shot to this point, underneath the hole for Nelly Korda. She's just watched Yuka Saso almost chip in for an eagle, so we've got 1 birdie on the board. Let's see if Nelly can follow.
That's a big putt for Nelly right here for her confidence. Just looked like a short stroke there, Ewan.
Doesn't look confident, and the rain is just starting to fall as well.
That second round at Sahalee, after she had shot 69 in round 1, was tied for second. Bogeyed the first 4 holes, went on to shoot 8. Mayaka brings that umbrella out even when it's sunny. This time it's keeping her dry. So we take you to the 8th, and Nelly.
Well, it's a shot that Nelly Korda has as well. She'll like this flag.
Club twirl.
Might just trickle down to the bottom tier here, but a smart play and a good solid golf swing.
Well,
and she's just had a good opportunity to watch Amy Yang's putt on a similar line, albeit a little bit further. Move to the right up this hill, breaking towards Lake Geneva.
Just haven't been all that many birdies today. Tough to get it close to this whole location. Only have that very consistent type of game that you have to have around this golf course. It is proven by that list of winners that you just rattled off.
Oh, Nelly.
Oh, goodness.
3-putt bogey for her. She's back to even par. In that second round at Sahalee, she didn't.
On the long side.
To the tee at the 9th, Nelly Korda.
Very tough tee shot, really narrow up here, and Amy Yang just hit a tree before Nelly off the tee. Ball's only gone 60 yards.
Oh, wow.
Almost looked like that would be up the left side of the fairway.
Yeah.
There it is. That's way down there. She's going to definitely give this one a go.
She needs it. Made a scrambling, kind of iron out any details that she may need to get all that paperwork done. To 9.
Called a little bit of the hole. for Nelly Korda.
Udaway's putt at 8 to 9.
Just a short one at 8. That was for par. This one's for birdie at 9. Much needed.
She was able to shake off that short miss on the previous hole. Put a good stroke on that one. You know, she's talked about.
At the 10th, Amy Yang missed her birdie putt. Nelly has this for birdie. You talk about how aggressive Sasso is with her putter. Nelly's kind of the opposite, isn't she?
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the things that we.
Nelly Korda in prime position.
Ball well above her feet, wanting to look just barely right of this flag stick. A lovely shot, leaves it below the hole. It's a putt that she can give a good run up the hill, breaking to her left. Tough up and down upcoming.
11.
Where Amy Yang's already had a go here for her 3, not made it. But Nelly Korda with a really good look.
This is one, Richard, the length, the way this putt breaks, that as a right-hander, you would really be relishing this opportunity right here. See if Nelly can give this a good roll. Last long look at the high point in the break. Just overplayed it there.
Nelly really had it going early yesterday. Teed off on 10. And she birdied 11, 12, and 15. Made a double at the 16th. Wound up shooting 2 under par, 69. She's 1 over for her round today, but this to get her back to 2 under where she started.
And as we've seen the lead continue to go deeper, this is a big putt to try and start getting away from the cut line and closer to the lead. It's the second shortish putt that she has missed in the last few holes. A costly miss. Ewan said it earlier watching her on the putting green that she didn't feel like she was starting it where she wanted to, was missing them a little bit on the right side. Feels like out here we've seen her miss some putts on the left. That one
Didn't go in the middle, did it?
yeah, that one lipped in on the left side.
After she missed the cut at the over at the par 3 14th, Nelly Korda, this for par. That could be big for Nelly making the cut after missing the last 3, 2 of them being in majors. Shot 2 under yesterday. She's 1 over for the
Of the ball, that one appeared to be in the bunker there, right of 13.
She wanted to make sure she was marking it properly.